Chain Chomp has several cousins who work at a golf course, so today he brought with him golf for the 2600. Totally dig this old school label art that includes triplets playing synchronized golf. How awesome is that? Let's go ahead and take golf. Let's pop it in my Atari 7800 Pro system. See how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Golf was published by Atari and carries a copyright year of 1980. It seems to have been inspired in part by the Odyssey 2 computer golf game, which came out a couple years earlier. The manual opens with the following. This golf game program is patterned after the traditional game of golf. There are 9 holes in which you must succeed in hitting the ball into a cup. Each time you hit the ball in an effort to reach the cup, it is called a stroke. Although the number of strokes you take to hit the ball into the cup is unlimited, each hole has a designated par. Par represents the number of strokes you are ideally supposed to take to complete the hole. Total par for this course is 36. The par for each hole is displayed at the top of the screen next to the hole number. When playing a one-player game, try to match or beat par. In two-player games, the player with the least amount of strokes is the winner. You gotta love how some of these early manuals try to explain the game to kids who may not yet understand it. Golf is a 9-hole golf game for 1 or 2 players alternating with 1 standard mode of difficulty. However, you can use a player's difficulty switch to make the game more difficult. When the switch is in the A position, the hole on the putting green will become smaller, and the blue ball can land in the blue rough, meaning you won't be able to see it and will have to use your club's position to try and find it to hit it out. When the switch is in the B position, the ball will never enter the rough as an invisible barrier gets in the way. Must be a high-tech golf course. For the controls, use the joystick to float your ghostly golfer around the course. Hold down the button to start your swing and release the button to swing. The bigger the backswing, the more power your swing will have. The direction the ball is hit is determined by the angle of your club. Your backswing always moves clockwise and your swing moves counterclockwise. This means your golfer may have to be put in a strange-looking position to hit the ball in a desired direction. If you have second thoughts, you could step away before you swing. As long as you don't make contact with the ball, the swing won't count as a stroke. In the course, there are trees, sand traps, and water. If your ball has enough power behind it, it can fly over these. But when the switch is in the B position, you cannot fly over the rough. If your shot lacks power, it will bounce off trees, land into water costing you a stroke, or fall into sand traps, where it can be covered with sand, meaning you'll need to use your Futuristics Club magnetic homing ability to find the ball. It takes extra power to get out of the sand trap. When you land on the putting green, you'll move to the putting screen, but the gameplay stays the same. On the top of the screen is shown from left to right, player 1 score, the hole number, par, and player 2 score. Your goal is to finish 9 holes with as low a score as possible. Graphically speaking, this is a blocky looking game, but at least you can tell what everything is. The sounds are also fairly basic. Family friendly wise, the game would most likely get an E for Everyone rating if released today. Currently at PriceChina.com, the game has a value of $3 loose, $10 complete, and $22 new. So what did I think of Golf on the 2600? Honestly, for an early 80s game, it does a fairly good job translating golf into a video game. It's slow-paced but somewhat relaxing. You could be doing well until you hit a hazard, and then all of a sudden, this relaxing game becomes frustrating. This can be especially true if you get stuck behind the rough. Yep, all the joys of real golf. The toughest aspect of the game is getting used to setting up your swing, but at least you could step away if you did it wrong, which I did quite a bit. But actually it controls fairly well once you get used to it. Overall, it's not the most exciting game on the system, but once you get used to it, it can be fairly enjoyable and worthy of a play every now and then. So where am I going to rank Golf? Somewhere in the middle of my rankings. I do like Chopper Command more at 135, but I will put this over Cosmic Corridor at 136. So out of the 225 games that are now ranked for the Atari 2600, Golf is yelling 4 at the 136th position. Golf's swing takes some practice to master, but the game does a decent job bringing the sport to the 2600. But that's just my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me both on the Facebook and the Twitter. Click the bell so you don't miss any future videos, and sign up at patreon.com/NoSwearGamer, just like Mark A did, to support the show and gain access to exclusive perks. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care and watch out for invisible rough barriers.